Hello guys, sorry about the little glitch there, my intro screen decided not to work, so it's a bit of an abrupt change after a bit of darkness, but very good evening to everybody, a warm welcome to the channel CavokSim. You join us at a very sunny Stuttgart airport here over in Germany tonight. For a flight with Eurowings aboard the Phoenix A320 down to Palma de Mallorca. Currently I'm outside the aircraft at the moment and standing on the aviation stand. We're on VATSIM tonight as per usual with the streams, and we do have a little bit of ATC here in Stuttgart at the moment, so hopefully we can get onto the aircraft, set up and away before they all decide to go to bed. So let's get on over to the aircraft. Our beautiful Eurowings liveried Phoenix A320. Absolutely beautiful in the sunlight here in Stuttgart. Live weather as per usual, and time wise we are approximately 6 hours behind live time today, to give us a nice midday flight down to Palma. And we're operating flight, remember the flight number here, we are operating flight EW2582 this evening from Stuttgart down to Palma de Mallorca. Our alternate today, Barcelona, and we'll be cruising at 37,000 feet. Flight time this evening of around about 1 hour 40 minutes. As I say, we've got a little bit of ATC online, hopefully that'll stick around till we actually get going. So without further ado, let's jump into the cockpit and let's get everybody onto the aircraft. We've loaded up the sim brief flight plan. So what we'll do a fast time here because it doesn't take that long to set up the aircraft in sim. If you can hear a little bit of yelping behind me, that's my dog deciding he can't get up onto the bed, so let's give him a hand. There we go. Right, go sit down, Stanley. Right. So we go to the IOC menu, go flight initialize, edit data request. Just wait for that to load in. Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey, EDDS, LEPA, LEPL, 1 hour 37. Estimate time en route. UTC 11:32, same as the clock. And the date May 28th, 2023. Fantastic. Right, so request to the init A page. Set will pop in our flight number, which is EWG Whiskey Golf 77 Golf Whiskey. 77 Golf Whiskey. Cost index. Cost index of 5. So a very fuel efficient flight here today. So the higher the cost index, the faster we fly, the more fuel we burn. The lower the number, the slower we fly, the more fuel we save. And outside air temperature 22 degrees. Okay, over to the flight plan. So we're doing a ROTWE departure today. We'll just very quickly get the ATIS so we know what runway to expect. The ATIS here, 126, 125. Just writing down some of the other frequencies as well that we're going to need. So we'll need the delivery, we'll need the ground, and the tower. Okay, so back into the sim. So we have the ATIS frequency 126.125. So we'll tune that in. We'll get that, and then we'll set up the
level 60, wind 020 degrees 8 knots, CavokSim, temperature 21, 2.7 QNH 1016 hectopascals, or 3,000 inches trend, nosy Stuttgart information delta. Out attention.
So all the
departure frequency for all departing aircraft is
okay
long and radar on frequency 125.050.
No, very warm welcome if you're joining me on the stream.
Stuttgart information
feel
delta.
reluctant to
Met report time 1820 Zulu. Automated weather message expect ILS approach. Runway in use 07. Transition level 60. Wind 020 degrees 8 knots. CavokSim.
done a few streams
Temperature
now,
21. 2.7 QNH 1016 hectopascals, or 3,000 inches trend. Nosy Stuttgart information delta. Out attention. Departure frequency for all departing aircraft is long and radar on frequency 125.050.
Quite a few
Stuttgart information delta.
Right, anyway, let's go.
Met report time 1820 Zulu. Automated weather message expect ILS approach. Runway in use 07. Transition level 60. Wind 020 degrees 8 knots. CavokSim. Temperature 21. 2.7 QNH 1016 hectopascals, or 3,000 inches trend. Nosy Stuttgart information delta. Out attention. Departure frequency for all departing aircraft is long and radar on frequency 125.050. Stuttgart information delta. Met report time 1820 Zulu. Automated weather message expect ILS approach. Runway in use 07.
We are having information delta 1820 Zulu, which was from 15 minutes ago. Runway 07's in use, so taking off towards the northeast. Transition level 60. Went to 0208 knots, so slight crosswind from the left. Weather is CavokSim, same as the channel. No clouds below 10,000 feet, and that means more than 10 kilometers visibility. Temperature 21, 2.7 degrees, and the QNH 1016 hectopascals. Exactly what we were expecting. Right, so now we've got that, we'll grab the departure. So we're expecting to do a ROTWE departure. Save that one. Got another ROTWE departure down here. What's that one from? Okay, we'll save that one as well. And I think that is all of them. ROTWE 5 Bravo. Okay, we'll get our clearance and we'll see what departure they have us doing. So as you can see, Stuttgart Airport, we're up here on stand. We're up here on stand 18, I think it is. Let me see somewhere. As you can tell, well prepared. Yep, stand 18. So we'll go ahead and get our clearance, and that'll tell us what departure we'll be doing. So delivery frequency 121.9. Right, so Stuttgart departure. Let's call him up and get our clearance. Stuttgart delivery, very good evening to you. It's Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey, A320, stand 18, and requesting our clearance please for Palma.
77 Golf Whiskey delivery, good evening. Information Delta current cleared Palma via ROTWE 7 Hotel, flight planned route, climb via set 5,000 feet, squawk 2116.
Okay, we're cleared to Palma via a ROTWE 7 Hotel departure, climbing initially 5,000 feet, and just confirmed the squawk 2116, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey.
77 Golf Whiskey, repeat, fully correct.
Roger that, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey. So, he has given us departure of ROTWE.
Eurowings 50 Echo, delivery guten Namen, Information Delta. Cleared Frankfurt Hahn via visit to Hotel, flight planned route, climb 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Eurowings 60 Echo, cleared to Frankfurt Hahn, visit to Hotel, initially 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Okay, so the 7 Hotel.
60 Echo, is that correct? And what is your target of clock time?
Call back for that, Eurowings 60 Echo, stand by.
So ROTWE 7 Hotel, select that one in the FMS.
Die Delta Foxtrot Delta Papa Mike, ist den Anlassen genehmigt?
Delta Papa Mike, Anlass ist genehmigt, rufen die Rollkontrolle 118,6. Tschüss, gut Flug.
So,
Anlassen genehmigt, Rollkontrolle auf 118,6. Delta Papa Mike, danke Martin, ciao.
display here then.
Tschüss.
So the 7 Hotel is described as intercept the Stuttgart 072 to 3.2 DME Stuttgart, this point here. and then turn right. We don't need to worry about the Cat A because we're a Cat C aircraft. Heading 248, track to Tedgo.
Condor 9 Mike Juliet, delivery, guten Abend.
To Tedgo. Turn right heading to 53, track to ROTWE. Which is all the way down here. 5,000 feet the stop altitude. In the remote control panel.
Jet Management 612, startup is approved, contact ground 118.6, bye-bye.
Straight on.
Ciao, Jet Management 612. Hansaline 9 Romeo is ready for taxi.
9 Romeo, contact ground 118.6, tschüss.
So happy with the routing there. Scroll through just to make sure it's all looking the right direction there.
Condor 9 Mike Juliet, ready to copy?
Condor 9 Mike Juliet, fully ready.
Down
Mike
to
Juliet,
LUNIK,
information
and then we'll
Delta,
put in
cleared
the
Hannover, Okiba 4 Hotel, flight plan to route, clear 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Right, okay, so
Condor 9 Mike Juliet is cleared to Hannover, Okiba 4 Hotel, departure, plan 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
find our flight plan here.
Mike Juliet, please make correct. What is your target of block time?
Target of block time is 1855.
Bye, flight copied.
Delivery using 60 mile Echo.
60 Echo, go ahead.
So do
60 mile Echo, target of block time also 55.
Bye, flight copied, danke.
Okay, there's several there to choose from, so we'll pop in a 2 kilo for now. And we'll come back to that once we're airborne. Ground distance we've got 659, we've got FMS distance of 666. That's not factoring in the departure or arrival routings. Go to init B. Boarding is completed. Let's get rid of the ground services. Get the APU started up. Seatbelt signs can come on. Right. Let's find that. Don't want the cabin. Nope. Not what I want, not what I want. Alright, so I'll just take some figures off of here. So our zero fuel weight is 58.2 and our zero fuel weight CG is 30.5, which we can put into the other side. So 58.2 slash 30.5, and we have a block fuel of 7.2.
Building 60 Echo, fully ready.
Going over to the fuel.
Doing 60 Echo, startup approved, contact ground 118.6, ciao.
Startup approved, ground 18.6, building 60 Echo, dankeschön, tschüss.
Okay, so trip fuel is factoring 4.4, flight plan says 4. 2 minutes longer than we're expecting. Route reserve 0.6.
Condor 9 Juliet, request startup.
Alternate, we need 1.3.
Dynamic Juliet, start approved, contact ground 118.6.
Approved, contact ground.
Final reserve fuel. 1.1. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit more fuel, I think, because that is showing we're 100 kilos under what we need. So let's quickly go into here and let's give us, if it will let us. It won't let us. Okay, we'll do it in the GC. Let's go. Let's give us an extra 500 kilos. So 7. Alright, let's call it 7.8 tons. So I'll pop that in then, and let's just recheck the CG. Let's use 29.2. No, 31.2. So let's change that in the mouse is jumping. 31.2, and we've got 7.8 tons. So it gives us an extra 400 kilos, an extra 10 minutes or so. Good enough for me. Right, I'm happy with that. Okay, right, we're going to go put the fuel pumps on.
Stuttgart Delivery, schönen guten Abend. Die Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike, request startup.
Mike, delivery low, standby.
Let's get the weather's all correct.
6 Papa Mike, expect startup time 1858.
Expecting setup 1858, Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike.
Calculate 07.
UX 44 kilo, ready for push and stop.
Right, okay, so we're going to take flaps 2 down on the
Wings 44 kilo, start up approved, contact ground 118.6, ciao. Start approved, 118.6, turn arm, wings 44 kilo.
2 flex of 66. 5,000 feet is the transition altitude. 142, 142, 144. 142. 142. And 144 V2. Okay. I think they are just about ready to go in a moment. Let's just check the nav radios. We've got Sierra Tango Golf set on both automatic. We've got the ILS set in case we need to make a return. Okay. Checked. Okay. Beacon is set, ready to go, and get the pushback tug connected. GPU can come off. Probably get a push and start after that Eurowings there is gone. Okay, let's call up delivery again as we're still on his frequency. And the one thing we did forget to do there is change our squawk code. We've now got the correct squawk code in. I'll pre-select ground as well, 118.6. Because we'll probably get a start clearance, but we won't get a push clearance because we're not on the clearance frequency.
Stuttgart delivery, Delta Echo Sierra Golf Kilo, hello, with information, Delta request, startup, and I have clearance to Karlsruhe.
Delta Echo Sierra Golf Kilo, delivery, hello, information Delta, cleared Karlsruhe, Baden-Baden via Karlsruhe 2 Hotel, flight plan route, climb 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
We've got the runway just over there as well, so a very short taxi out today.
Clear to Karlsruhe via Karlsruhe to hotel departure, altitude 5,000 and squawk 1,000.
Delta Golf Kilo, repeat correct. What is your target off block time?
Target off block time was 1850, so a little bit late now. So let's say 7 p.m.
Delta Golf Kilo, Roger. I call you for startup.
Delta Golf Kilo.
Stuttgart delivery, hello again. It's Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey, A320, stand 18, requesting push and start with information Delta.
77 Golf Whiskey delivery, hello, stand by.
Okay, so he's asked us to stand by, so that'll be because of this guy here. So, like I say, he'll probably give us a start clearance for pushback.
Start 6 Papa Mike, start up approved, contact ground 1186.
Start is approved and contact ground on 118.6. Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey. Bye bye.
Negative, this was actually for Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike.
Okay, apologies. We're still standing by then. Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey.
18.6 Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike, danke, tschüss.
Okay.
Controls. Just realised I've still got my 737 I was flying the other day. Bad pilot.
Stuttgart delivery, minus the Lufthansa 6 Tango Tango with information data on board requesting IFR clearance.
6 Tango Tango delivery, hello, stand by, call you. During 77 Golf Whiskey, startup approved, contact ground 118.6, bye bye.
Start approved and for push ground 118.6, Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey. Bye. Okay, over to ground then. 118.6 and pre-select tower as well now very quickly on 118.8. Okay, let's
Eurowings 44 Kilo, contact tower 118.8 dabei.
call
Eurowings 44 Kilo, 118.8, schönen Abend, ciao.
Stuttgart ground, very good evening to you. It's Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey, A320, stand 18 with Delta, requesting push and start, please.
Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey, pushback is approved facing west.
Clear for push, face the west, Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey. Okay, so off a stand, west is that way, so the nose will be facing that way. So I'm going to assume he's going to go down this taxiway here, so we'll push back up to this way. So beacons on, seatbelt signs are on, brakes are now selected off. Push back. we're off stand now. We've got engine mode selectors to start.
Stuttgart
We'll
ground,
set
Delta Echo
on
Sierra Golf Kilo, hello, ready to taxi.
Delta Golf Kilo Stuttgart ground. Hello, taxi to holding point runway 07 via exit 2 and golf.
Delta Echo Sierra Golf Kilo taxi, runway holding point 07 via exit
so
2
the
and
engine
go.
start. Keeping an eye on the pushback. Let's just go straight for a sec.
Stuttgart ground. Hello, Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike. Stand 54, request taxi.
Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike, taxi to holding point runway 07 via November and Kilo.
And straighten up.
Taxi to holding point runway 07 via November and Kilo, Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike.
Okay, engine number 2 is started. We'll start number 1. Engine mode selector. Number 1 is on. And stop push there. Okay, we'll set the brakes. Brakes are set. Disconnect the tug. Tug and go bye-byes.
Delta Golf Kilo, contact tower 118.8, bye bye.
Delta Golf Kilo 118.8, danke, tschüss.
Okay, just waiting for the available
Lufthansa 6
light.
Papa Mike, same for you, contact tower 118.8, bye bye.
Tower 118.8, Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike, danke, tschüss.
And engine is available, so that means it's on the generators, which is fully started. The FADEC, the engine control is happy that that's a good start. So we can go down here then, select the mode, select it to normal. Right. And we can go AP bleed off. Engine, master AP master switch is off. We can turn on the runway, turn off on the taxi lights. Ready for a taxi, we'll select max braking in case we have to do a rejected takeoff, and we want flaps 2 for departure. Flaps 2 are running. Right then, so next thing then, very quick control check. So controls fully down, fully up, just the elevators, fully left. Got one down with spoilers, one down with spoilers, and then a rudder check, go 4 left, into neutral, 4 right, back to neutral. And we want 0.2 down on the trim. Oh, slightly too far there. There we go. Trim set for takeoff. Right. So the after start checks in, so the anti-ice, so we don't need, it's a nice warm evening outside. ECAM status is checked, spoilers armed, takeoff config test, push the takeoff config button, everything's green.
Stuttgart ground,
rudder
please.
trim
Lufthansa 6 November
is
Whiskey on November.
neutral.
Lufthansa 6 November Whiskey Stuttgart ground, einen wunderschönen guten Abend, taxi to stand 5-1 via Hotel and Mike.
We'll just bring up the charts quick
Stand
just to see
5-1
where.
via Hotel and Mike. Thank you, 6 November Whiskey.
Ground, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey, ready for taxi.
Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey, taxi to holding point runway 07 via Lima 2 and Kilo.
Taxi holding short runway 07 via Lima 2 and Kilo, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey. Okay, so we're up here on Mike, office stand 18, so we're facing this way. We're going to go Lima 2, straight down, and he's told us hold short Kilo, runway 07. So, as I say, very short taxi. So, let's get moving. So, brakes are off, a little bit of power to brake us away, and then we'll check the brakes. As we start moving, close the thrust levers. Brake check. Brakes are working fine. So straight down that taxiway there. He'll give us a hand off to the tower in a moment, I suppose, which we've also been pre-selected.
Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey, contact tower 118.8, bye-bye.
Over to the tower 118.8, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey, have a good evening, bye-bye. To the tower. Okay, so taxi checks in, flight controls are checked, flaps are set to config 2, radar predictive wind shear is on and auto. Engine mode selector is normal, takeoff memo, takeoff no blue. Stuttgart Tower, good evening to you. Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey with you, hold a short Kilo, runway 07.
Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey, Stuttgart Tower, hello, expect 2 minutes.
Wilco, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey.
Delta Golf Golf India, wind 02, degrees 7 knots, runway 07, clear to land.
Okay, so
Clear to land, runway 07, Delta Alpha India.
So 2 minutes. He's just given a clearance to an aircraft on final somewhere. If we zoom in, we can see him just there where the mouse is pointing. So once he's landed, and we'll get a line-up clearance. Just to confirm the SID, ROTWE 7 hotel departure, so ahead to 3.2 DME, left 248 to TEDGO, and then 253 to ROTWE, climbing to 5,000 feet. Short final then. Just a quick look at the radar map. Other than Stuttgart, we've only got we did have We've only got Stuttgart online. So all the other centre controllers are all everywhere else around us, but other than our routing. So unfortunately, I'm not expecting.
Rolling 77 Golf Whiskey, line up runway 07 and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 07, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey. So that was a light aircraft just coming. Excellent. I was expecting something a bit bigger.
Stuttgart Tower, minus die Lufthansa 66, gleich und Kilo.
Okay, so
Space calling, calls and only again.
Lufthansa 6 Tango Tango.
Lufthansa 6 Tango Tango, Tower, hello, number 2 for departure.
So that aircraft's already off the runway. Time starting.
Delta Alpha India, welcome in Stuttgart, hold short Sierra, ground 118 decimal 6.
Holding short Sierra and ground 118 decimal 6, Delta Alpha India, ciao.
Shiny light right in the way.
Rolling 77 Golf Whiskey, wind 02, 0 degrees, 7 knots, runway 07, cleared for takeoff, have a great flight.
Copy the wind, cleared takeoff 07, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey, thank you very much.
Stuttgart Tower, good evening, Delta Alpha November Golf Romeo, LS runway 07.
Land lights on,
Delta Alpha
stick
November Golf Romeo,
forward,
Stuttgart Tower, low wind check 02, 0 degrees, 7 knots, 1 departure ahead.
40%.
1 departure ahead, Delta Alpha November Golf Romeo.
Engine stable, and 2 clicks forward. I have man at Flex 66 SRS runway order fast blue. Power is set. Tracking down the centre of the runway with the rudders, 80 knots. Take that forward side stick out. 100 knots. V1, rotate, and off the ground, let the plane weathercock. Flights of rate, gear selected up, following the flight directors, we're in nav mode. Bumpy on the departure. Right, leave climb. One click back. Engines are
Stuttgart Tower, guten Abend. Nochmal Hansa-Liner Hotel und India, I hope.
Hansa-Liner Romeo Hotel, yep, that is India, your number 2.
Bumpy.
Copy.
So above the F speed now, so we can select the flaps to 1. Going to 1.
Delta Golf Romeo, confirm we are clear to land.
Delta Golf Romeo, wind 0207 knots, 07, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 07, Delta Golf Romeo.
We'll lose the on the turn-offs and the taxi lights, we don't need those, they're on the nose wall, which is now retracted. So we've got the S-speed now. Leveling at 5,000 feet, so flaps can now come up.
Lufthansa 6 Tango Tango, line up, runway 07 and wait.
Spinning up the Lufthansa wait, Lufthansa 6 Tango Tango.
So we're coming around this turn here now, maximum of 230 knots. We're already level at 5,000 feet.
Delta Golf Romeo, welcome in Stuttgart, hold short Sierra, contact ground 118 decimal 6.
118 decimal 6 and hold short Sierra, Delta Golf Romeo.
Lufthansa 6 Tango Tango, wind 02, 0 degrees, 7 knots, runway 07, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 07, cleared for takeoff, Lufthansa 6 Tango Tango.
Still waiting on a handoff. Very bumpy up here.
Line 9 Romeo Hotel, line up, runway 07 and wait.
Line up 07 and wait, Hansa Line 9 out.
Garage Ground, 103 Lima Golf, holding short and gear for Living.
103 Lima Golf, Stuttgart Tower, number 2.
Tara, just confirm your ring 77 Golf Whiskey still with you on the departure.
77 Golf Whiskey, you should switch to 125050 on your own.
Oh, apologies, I was waiting for the handoff. 125050, thanks very much to the ATC, your ring 77 Golf Whiskey, ciao.
The line 9 Romeo Hotel, 020 degrees, 7 knots, runway 07, cleared for takeoff, good Flug.
07 clear takeoff, Dankeschön, Hansa Line 9 Romeo Hotel.
Oops, apologies to that, Tal. So, Langer radars are
That is Pilsner 6 Tango Tango climbing out of Stuttgart, ROTWE 7 hotel departure.
Pilsner 6 Tango Tango Langer radar 125, climb by ship level 140.
Tango set 140, 6 Tango Tango.
Stuttgart approach, good evening to you. It's your ring 77 Golf Whiskey. Apologies, didn't realise there was a handoff there. We're on the ROTWE 7 hotel departure at 5,000 feet.
Ring 77 Golf Whiskey Langer radar 125, climb level 140.
Climbing flight level 140, your ring 77 Golf Whiskey. Okay, so climbing flight level 140. So we're going to manage to climb, thrust climb, alt blue, and we're now above the transition altitude, so we'll go to standard. So that means we are climbing through 5,300, flight 4.
Sierra, left turn 250.
Stuttgart departure, good night, Hansa Line 9 Romeo Tony Charlie 2, hotel departure passing 3,000 feet for 5,000.
Hansa Line 9 Romeo Hotel Langer radar 125, climb level 140.
Climb level 140, Hansa Line 9 hotel.
So we've got a very good climb rate then, 3,500 feet a minute almost. We're coming up through flight level 95 now.
Ring 77 Golf Whiskey, contact Langer radar 125.2, ciao.
125.2 for Langer radar, ring 77 Golf Whiskey, bye bye.
Sweet Hamster 170, descend 3,000 feet.
3,000 feet, 170.
Hansa Line 9 Romeo Hotel, proceed direct to attack.
1, 2,
Direct to attack, Hansa Line 9 hotel.
Sultan 6 Tango Tango, contact Langer radar 125.2, ciao.
Radar, very good evening, Skylink 454 passing to 50.
Skylink 454, hello, identified, climb flight level 320.
320 for FAFO.
Lufthansa 6 Tango, Lang radar mine on light level 100 and cabin 1 for Zabu.
Lufthansa 6 Tango, hello, identified, climb flight level 300.
Cabin 300, Lufthansa 6 Tango, Tango.
Lag and radar, good evening to you. Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey with you. Passing flight level 125, climbing flight level 140, ROTWE 7 Hotel.
Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey, hello, identified, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey.
And Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey, direct NATOR.
Direct to NATOR, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey.
Delta Papa Mike, contact
so it's
Frank
giving
for
us
the Reise
a
125.350, tschüss.
Direct to NATOR, so
$125.350, Delta Papa Mike, danke, ciao.
Langradar, schönen guten Abend, die Leipziger 249er, flight level 390.
We come out through flight level 150, we're going to flight level 240 at the moment, what we've been cleared to. We're at just over 300 knots in the climb, which we'll maintain until we get to about
passing flight level 903 for 140.
German countryside.
Hansa Line 9 Romeo Hotel, hello, identified, climb flight level 200, direct Abumo.
Flight level 200, direct Abumo for Hansa Line 9 Route. Lufthansa 3 Kilo, what is plan until climb to flight level 310.
Lufthansa 3 Kilo, Lufthansa 3 Tango Kilo, negative, not yet. You can expect 370 at Swiss airspace, but right now I need you on an even level.
Okay, copy that. Lufthansa 3 Tango Kilo.
Okay, so we're off the chart now, so we'll get rid of that. And so we had a nice little shortcut, missing out these two points here, and we're just flying down to NATOR, and then we'll carry on our route. Our route today takes us down just north of the Alps, down overhead Geneva. And down the southern coast of France, down out over the Med, and down to Palma.
Flight from radar, good evening, Virgin 453, Palma 370 inbound, Paddock, CPDLC.
Virgin 453, hello, identified. Easy 86 Alpha Golf, leaving my airspace, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
122.8, easy 86 Alpha Golf.
Condor 2 Whiskey Foxtrot, leaving my airspace, monitor Unicom 122.8, tschüss.
122.8, Servus, Condor 2 Whiskey Foxtrot.
That'll be us soon. Okay, so we'll just level out the climb a little bit. Just anticipation of him giving us another clearance.
Langradar Moin, Sunrise 46 Sierra, flight level 360.
Sund Air 46 Sierra, hello, identified, direct booking.
Direct booking, Sunrise 46 Sierra.
The Alps off in the distance.
Lufthansa 15 Romeo, hello, identified, climb flight level 230.
Tempo 230, Lufthansa 15 Romeo.
Air France 1023, contact Langen 124.725, tschüss. Air France 1023.
Pass your message, Air France 1023.
Air France 1023, call Langen 124.725.
124.725, Air France 1023.
Lang, gute correction, Eurowings to Delta Victor, level 230.
Eurowings 2 Delta Victor, hello, identified, descent flight level 130.
Descent flight level 130, Eurowings 2 Delta Victor.
Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey, leaving my airspace, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
OT Unicorn 122.8, Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey, have a great night, and thanks for the ATC, bye bye. Okay, so over to Unicom then, so we're out of Bath controlled airspace, so let's go by our own devices now. We'll go up to our cruising altitude of 37,000. So there we go then, back into managed climb, we have thrust climb, climb out blue, engines are back up to climb thrust. We go. Just check out the flight plan, see what we can expect in the way of wind shear on the way down. So the climb by NEMOS, shear strength of 1. The lower the number, the less wind shear. So as we skirt around the top of the Alps, and it gets a little bit more bumpy, comes down again. And a bit more bumpy as we come down to our top of descent point. Palma, so the winds reported 2407 10 kilometers, Terran cumulonimbus 21 degrees 14. So rain showers expected here and there. Showers, thunderstorms, may expect a few thunderstorms. Weather in Barcelona. Weather in, oh, excuse me. weather in Barcelona is looking not too bad. So if we did have to divert, that looks like it's still going to be good for a diversion. We've got a bit of traffic in front of us here. We've got some traffic about 10 miles ahead, 2,000 feet above us, which looks like a controller RT of it. There he is down there. Keep an eye on him. Chappie's on as well. That's a Lufthansa in front of us from Nuremberg. He's going to Palma as well. Ah, okay. Race to the med. Race to the med. I might be able to send him a message just to get his details, see where he's actually. G2 Whiskey Fox. Why can you confirm your cruise flight level and number, please? I am 12 miles behind you. Let's see if he replies. Yeah, so if he's on that same sort of track ahead of us there, then I would imagine he's probably going to be at the same height and speed as us. So seatbelt signs can come off then. Okay, so I just had a message back from him. He is flight level 350 at Mach 782. We're going to be going at 77 at 37,000 feet, so he should be slightly faster than us. level 370 at 8.077. Mach 0.77. Awesome. Right. Okay. Where is he hiding? There he is. So he is just over NEMOS. As you can see, he said he was at flight level 350. We're just coming up for flight level 350. So that'll go to 0 and then a minus figure. And then by the time we enter our cruise phase, that should say minus 20 or thereabouts, all being well, so he shouldn't be a factor. So as we come over the top of NEMOS, we'll be heading to this point here, Gulf Victor Alpha, that's the Geneva VOR. Lake Geneva down here, Geneva down at the very bottom end of the lake there. Look over to the left. Wonderful view of the Alps. As the scenery loads in. Absolutely wonderful. Message, receive messages, Eurowings Ops, and is going to tell us we had a delay for 6 minutes. See the ADC delay card on the tablet. If I'm going to get to it, delay allocation card, what should we put in? 80 ADC delay code for 6 minutes, and that was for a ATC delay, so we'll say AMZ. Delay, we'll send that off. Get a message back saying thank you very much. Get a bit hot in the cabin, so get the temperature turned down a little bit. Where's our friend? So about 15 miles ahead of us. So we're just coming up leveling at flight level 370, 37,000 feet. So we're doing Mach decimal 773. And our friend is down here in this cloud layer somewhere. So FMAs, we've got Mach and Alt Star. And that will turn to out. Cruise. There we go, and aircraft in front of us, 2,000 feet below. And what a wonderful view of the Alps tonight. Absolutely beautiful. Looking down the bottom end of Lake Geneva here, Geneva Airport. go right over the top of. Absolutely beautiful. Got a message back. That's from Eurowings Ops. ADC received. So we've now told them why we were late. Right, so we are top of cruise then. We haven't put any winds. We haven't put any winds in. So let's see if we can sort that out. If one remembers how to do it. Not remembering at all here. Ah, there we go. Wind data. Request the winds, and that are coming from our SimBrief flight plan. Cruise winds, insert. That will just update us. So let's just have a look at our arrival. We've already gone a fair distance already. Right, okay, so back to the flight and Palma. Let's just have a look at what the weather's doing. The weather is very light wind there, variable 1 knots. So it looks like we're all landing on 24 left. the LUNIK 2 Papa because I don't want to be heading down that way. We want to go straight in the 424. Nope. I don't want that one because that's an overnight arrival. We'll be arriving way before that, which I think that's probably the one I put in earlier on just to put something in there. So let's try this one then. So a LUNIK 2 Papa. Select that one. I don't know why it wants to take us down to the local VOR if we're doing runway 24, so we're going to select Zulu 24 left. Right, okay, so so the arrival chart.
Radar.
So we've got to come in over the Cap Depera VOR, and then it says we've got to fly all the way down to the Majorca VOR, and then we look at the ILS chart for 24 left. Majorca VOR is here, and then we've got to fly back on ourselves. So what we might do then, as we've not got any ATC at the moment, what I might do is I might set it up so we come in from this Cap Depera VOR and straight onto the ILS from there. Saves us having to mess about with flying over and back and forth and all that. We can just fly to the VOR here and then fly inbound to pick up the ILS. So we might not do that. So let's go into the arrival. We'll select. So we've got the ILS Zulu. 24 left, yeah. Hang on. Right, I want. Which one is it? LUNIK 2 Papa. So if I can clear that. Right, and then delete. Okay, so what if we select let's insert that then, and then go back and change it. So I want on my 2, 4 left, Zulu. There we go. Right. LUNIK. To Papa, and we're going to go via. Let's see what that does. So let's scroll down to LUNIK. top of descent, LUNIK. That's our speed limit point, 20 miles. Depera. Yay, there we go, right, okay. So up to Bavum. Boomu. And at Boomu we want to be at 2% above 2,500. Boomy. It wants us. Well, I'm going to put in 2,500 as a actual altitude, not above, because I want to be down at that altitude ready for the approach. So Boomy. Boomu 2,500 and then final fix 2,500 down to 4 left, 3 degree glide slope again. Perfect. And then this approach. That's all good, I'm happy with that. Okay, we'll leave that arrival in like that then. We have an aircraft off to our right, our backside line. A little bit of cloud, so looks like he's control up there, he's getting another way by the looks of things. Cruising through the top of a little bit of cloud here. Our colleague's still about 12 miles ahead of us, which is 35,000. We've used just under 2.5 tons of fuel in the almost 45 minutes we've been airborne. Expected to be on the ground 13:48, so just under an hour. That is in sim time, 13:48, so round about 10 to 10 real life time. Still just skirting the Alps, looking at the Alps, going back off towards our left wing there. Just go through and just check our systems, see how our systems are doing, so our electrics all looking good. Hydraulics all still good. Fuel's all balanced still, very nicely done. APU's off. I'm going to use on the ground air conditioning between 20 and 21 degrees in the cabin. All the doors still closed. Now the wheel page, all the wheels are up. Flight controls all acting normal. This is our cruise page. Pressurization 8 psi, and cabin's being held at 7,500 feet. The wonders of these modern jet aircraft, pressurise them up to around about 7,000 to 8,000 feet. That means we can quite happily cruise along 37,000 feet with the temperature being what will be at the moment 56 degrees minus, 56 below. Be sitting in a nice comfy cabin at 20 degrees Celsius, cruising along at nearly 500 miles an hour on your holidays. Absolutely marvellous. Right, let's have a look at the map then, see where we are. We are French airspace now. I'm just going to be going out, coasting out over into the Med, just to the western mast, say 37,000 feet. And then I'm down into Spanish airspace. Off the coast of Barcelona, which is also our alternate airport for today. So we can pop in the arrival there. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. So we're going to go LUNIK to Palma today. So we're at that. That's a route. And into the Zulu to 24. So there we go. This is a little bit of this is our routing as we come in. Then so LUNIK is where we start our arrival down to this point here. Depera, VOR, Batham, Abumu, and then down into Palma over 2 runways. We'll be landing on the southern runway, southerly runway 24 left. In case we have to have a missed approach, we head out back over the sea, turn right, and then we'll probably just vector ourselves back around again. So when we come off the runway then, we'll either, depending on how well we land, we'll either come off at this taxiway here, Sierra 1, or we'll go up to Sierra 2, probably Sierra 2. And we'll just park on one of these stands around here somewhere, a short taxi in. Flight going quite smoothly at the moment. We're at 37,000 feet still. doing Mach decimal 77, 77% speed of sound. Just skirting some of these cloud tops here. So we look out the windows. And we're being pushed along by a very mediocre 10 knot tailwind. The wind here coming more or less straight behind us. What else can we show? We've just gone past the equal time point, so that's the middle of our route, so that's equal distance from our departure to our destination. We've just gone past that now, so we've been in the air for some 50 minutes, so we're around about another 50 minutes to go. We've burned just over 2.5 tons of fuel, 1,300 kilos per engine. We've got just over 5 tons remaining. While we're here, we'll just do a quick fuel check, see what we're supposed to expect. So where are we? We've just gone over DOTIG. So over DOTIG, if we look at our flight plan, there we are, flight level 370. Winds are roughly what they said they're going to be doing. Temperature outside is -56, -57. We should have 4.3 tons of fuel remaining. We've got just under 800 kilos extra. I did take the extra just in case. Slightly less than what we were expecting, so all good in other words. If we have a look at the FMS very quickly, if we go to the fuel prediction page, so based on the figures we put into the FMS system before we departed, we've actually saved a little bit of fuel. We have extra 1.3 tons, which gives us about 38 minutes. So if, for instance, if we ended up having to hold down at Palma for whatever reason, say if ATC came online and decided they wanted to hold us around because of weather, we could theoretically circle the airport for about 38 minutes before we decided we need to land or we need to head off somewhere else. Other information here. Current gross weight 63.4 tons, which matches what we've got up here. What else can we have a look at? Flight plan, we are heading towards is it Marseille? I believe it is Marseille. Yeah, we're heading down towards Marseille. And we should be there 13:04, so in about 3.5 minutes. It's 30 odd miles distant. Palma, runway 24 left, should be there at 13:48. About 50 minutes, 300 miles distant, with estimated fuel on board of 3.7 tons. Now folks, we have a look over the nose out the window, you can see Marseille, Marseille Airport. South coast of France. This high level cloud, which we've had since passing over the Alps. Can't see our colleague out there again, he's probably still in that layer of cloud. Cruising along at 35,000 feet ahead of us. So all around us we've got some Italian airspace Milan Centre, they're online, we're passing to the west of them. We've got Bordeaux control, we're passing to the east of them, we're literally heading right down the middle of a nice little corridor of uncontrolled airspace. We've got Madrid Centre online, they're nowhere near us when we get down. Somebody else on Unicorn at the moment, heading down into Marseille down below us. There's a port below us there. Beautiful Eurowings, hopefully 2200. So there we are, just turning overhead Marseille, VOR, and heading out over the Mediterranean. I've just turned up the range on the navigation display up to 160 miles, and we've just got our little white arrow indicating our top of descent point. Just coming into view now. We should be there in around about the next 25 to 30 minutes or so. So just while we've got a few minutes then, I am just going to very quickly nip off to have a quick break, easily grab us a drink. So I'll be back with you very shortly. Right, hello again everyone. I'm back. Suitably fed or watered and emptied. And I hope everybody's doing well still. Right, let's have a little glance at where we are. We are coming up for waypoint VAT here. We'll do a quick fuel check here then, see what is what. So VAT here is the point at which we reach Spanish airspace, Barcelona control if they were online. VAT here 12 miles, so we'll quickly do a fuel check, see what we've got. We should have 3.7 on board. We've got 4.6 and burn just under 3.2. We flight planned 3.6, so still plenty of fuel on board. Excellent. Right, okay then, so what we will look at, we've got our top attempt point coming up in just over 80 miles. Our colleague, if we wind the range down a tad there, he's just over 15 miles in front of us, plenty of space. Okay, so let's get the charts up ready. Just to confirm what we are going to do, on down into Palma. Right, so on to the arrival at LUNIK. We've got an altitude constraint above flight level 100, which we've got plus flight level 100 there. Delta 356 Tango. Biggest speed constraint of 250 knots, which is there. Charlie Delta Papa. Above 4,500, which I think is on the ILS chart, which it is 4,500. Bavam restriction above 4,500. Obumu, we've put in a altitude of 2,500, which is on the vertical profile here. Final fix 2,500 down a 3-degree glide slope. 3 degrees to runway 24 left. Okay. I've just requested the weather for Palma, Lima Echo Papa Alpha, West NATOR. Just double check we don't have any ATC. Looking at the map, we have absolutely tons of aircraft all on their way into Palma. Should make it interesting. Unicom will be at its best. Right, okay, so got a message here, weather data, so let's write this down. Weather 100 Zulu. So the Lotus METAR is actually, the wind is favouring the 06s. So we're facing a little bit of a dilemma now, so let's have a look at the map and we'll see who is doing what. So let's see who's going where and doing what. So we've got a Thompson flight doing 2-4, we've got a Monarch doing 2-4, another Thompson doing 2-4, everybody seems to be doing 2-4, so okay, we'll keep it on 2-4 then. The wind's only 3 knots of tailwind, so that's plenty we can manage with our aircraft. Right, okay, so yeah, we'll keep the arrival 2-4 left then. Just still got our colleague ahead of us, 2,000 feet below. Right. So yeah, everybody's coming in on 2-4, so we'll stick with 2-4 left. So it looks like our Lufthansa aircraft ahead of us that we've been following. He's already on his descent down, as you can tell. Right, okay, sorry about the radio silence effects. Just had one of the kids come in and just so they had a bit of a nightmare. So I just had to sort that out. So that's all sorted now. I'm back with you again. Right, just looking at where we were. So we're just about to be ready for our descent now. We're on our way to LUNIK, which is our entry point of our arrival into not La Palma. La Palma's in Tenerife, in the Tenerife Islands, in the Canaries even. Palma de Mallorca. What we've got to set up now, we're just setting up the arrival data. We have, looking at the ILS chart, minimums, we are a Cat C aircraft. We've got 239 feet on the barrow. Weather looking absolutely spectacular outside. He says as he looks up, we're flying over a band of cloud. And looking maybe at the contrail of our Lufthansa colleague, which is ahead of us about now, and we are just about ready to start our descent. So we'll wind in, we'll go down to let's say 15,000 for now. We use auto brake low for our landing. Nice long runway, 24 left. It's around 3,000 metres. And as we just cross over the top of the descent point, we get to decelerate on the PFD. So ready for descent, we'll go to manage descent. Thrust idle, DES alt blue. So the engines will start winding back to idle. And we'll start coming down. Okay, so the aircraft's asking for more drag. So because we left it a few seconds before we started. Before we pushed for the descent mode, the aircraft's ended up a little bit high, but nothing she can't handle. We're back on profile now, so she'll pitch up to maintain that, and holding our indicated airspeed of about 257 knots in our descent. We'll put the local pressure onto the standby instrument. We'll put constraints on RND airport. We'll put constraints on this second ND, and we'll also put terrain on to the nav display. So what we're showing at the moment, this area here of blue, that is all the sea. These black areas are the islands. This black area, this black island here is really showing my geography knowledge right now. Menorca. Yeah. So we've got Menorca here, off to our left hand side. Can't really see it through the clouds at the moment because this is our cloud that we were expecting to come in directly ahead of us. We've got Majorca, and if we zoom out a little bit more, off in the distance there of about 140 miles distant, we can see the island Ibiza. We go down to our progress page on the FMS. We'll put in the bearing distance to the runway. So as the crow flies from our present position, it's on a bearing of 206 at just shy of 70 miles. So if we were to fly direct to the airport, we're about 70 miles away. Right, okay then, so as we come down, so transition level here in Palma, transition altitude is 6,000 feet, so we'll select the transition level of flight level 70, so we'll set the local pressure before we get to 6,000 feet. MSA on the approach, we'll go back into the FMS here. MSA's around the airport, so around the San Jean VOR. We'll put in there 25-mile radius, and we'll put in the .246 radial, the 057 radial, and we'll do this. We'll do the same again for the other two radials. This gives us on the ND a picture of where the different, so we look at this, this is what we're building here. We're building this onto the navigation display. So as we come in near the airport, it's built at 25 miles around this VOR based at the airport. So initially I did it on the wrong VOR then for a second. So if we come back to the navigation display, so as you can see here, so this circle is our 25-mile ring. We've got this radial, let's just bring it back up here. So this radial off out here is this 237 radial. So between here and here, within 25 miles, we've got a safe altitude of 5,500. Between this radial and this radial, our minimum safe altitude is 7,000 feet, and this sector here is 5,000 feet, and then anything in this semicircle here is 3,000 feet. So it gives us an idea of when we come down and get nearer to the airport, it gives us an idea of where the higher terrain is around the airfield. So it's great for situational awareness, especially at Palma. As you can see off on the, let's move over to the right hand side here, look out these windows, you can see the island just down here, and there's a massive mountain range on the top end of the island, so hence why we've got these sector MSAs, just to keep us aware of where we are in relation to those. So we're still descending, coming through flight level 206, 20,600. Still descending to 15,000. Still on profile. Take us down to flight level 70 now. We'll flip the seatbelt signs on. So the aircraft's asking for a little bit more drag. We're getting slightly high on profile, so we'll go to open descent now, and we'll bring in a little bit of speed brake just to help us down a touch. Okay, so we'll quickly go into the chart, so we'll just have a look and see what the latest METAR is. So the wind has died down now. There's no wind at all. We've still got over 10 kilometres of visibility. Scatter clouds at 3,000 feet. Temperature is now 19, and 1013 with no change in 2 hours. So we can go just quickly back into the performance, and we'll put in a 0 wind and 19 degrees. 1013. So VAP 136 is our approach speed. Okay, so we'll descend it down to 4,500 feet now. Just level up that descent rate a little bit. So .500 is below the transition level of flight level 70, so we'll go to the standard pressure setting, 1013 hectopascals. 5 miles run to Cap. I forget the name of it now. Cap Depera VOR, which will very momentarily begin our turn. Speed brakes back in then. So where are we in terms of profile? So we are about 1,000 feet low, so we'll decrease that descent rate a little bit. So just crossing just around the Cap Depera VOR. Back to managed descent now. So we're down below the clouds. We're in a nice little pocket of clear sky, so we're doing okay for not needing the engine anti-ice. The temperature is just down below.
Palma traffic service, Condo 2 Whiskey Foxtrot on ILS, runway 24 left 10 miles.
So that was our colleague ahead of us that we've been following. Okay, so we'll make a call inbound then, and so we're below 10,000 feet now. We'll activate the landing system for the ILS, and we have India Papa Alpha Lima identified, 24.5 miles out. So looking great on profile. Let's get the landing lights on as well, as we're now down below 10,000 feet. And let's make a call. Palma traffic, good evening. Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey is inbound to Bavum to position for the ILS, runway 24 left. Palma traffic. So we're 20-mile range on the navigation display. We can just about see the runway on the way in. So just off the pillar here on the window, we can just about see the airport. Our runway's just going behind that now. So we'll very momentarily be turning overhead Bavum inbound to Abumu, and we do need to have a little bit more drag in, and let's start getting us down to 2,500. So bring in some speed brakes just to help us down a touch. There's the localizer just coming in. So once we're actually inbound on that course, we'll arm the localizer.
Portugal 2258, exiting holding pattern 24 approach at ILS 24 left.
Okay, so we're inbound now. We'll go localizer. So Lockstar lock is armed, and we'll go to activate approach mode. Portugal, what's he doing? Okay, so the green dot will go flap 1. That's him just going above us. There he is. Close for comfort, but hey ho, he's going the other way, so he's not going to be a factor. So we could leave him we can leave him be. Okay, glideships coming in. We'll activate the approach. Check the ILS charts. 3,000 feet is the missed approach altitude. And we'll call Palma traffic. Palma traffic, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey is ILS established, runway 24 left at 7.5 miles. To land, Palma traffic.
Palma traffic on the 2 Whiskey Fox vacated 24 left.
Okay, so gear is coming down. Flaps going to 2. We can arm the spoilers. We can take flaps 3. Take flaps full. Okay, so back on final approach speed. Okay, lights are on, cabin's ready, landing, no blue.
Portugal 2258 is following the Euro winds on final. Please vacate the runway as soon as possible. Is my message on 500. Did you receive my message?
Yeah, A-firm, Eurowing 77 Golf Whiskey. We're expecting either the first or second high speed taxiway off to the right.
Thank you.
Hey.
100 above.
Autopilot's out, manual flights. Land on the FMA. So
Minimum.
fly down. Looking outside at the aiming point.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Portugal 2258 is established on ILS runway 24 left.
So reverse, 100 knots. So we're not going to make the first one. Manual brakes. Reverses are cancelled. Was that Sierra 2? Let's just tell him we're off the runway. Eurowings 77 Golf Whiskey, vacated runway 24 left via Sierra 2, taxiing to parking. Off Sierra 2, we'll taxi to Sierra 2. We'll go into the cul-de-sac here, go park in the corner or something. Right, so lights are off. APU is starting. Clean up the aircraft. It's a bit of a firm landing, I think. But, in all fairness, as I say, a good landing is one you can always walk away from. So there's the Portugal that was behind us then.
Landing, taxiing, and Vilnius, runway exit, and vacating the runway.
Oh, das ist das jetzt von einer anderen also zuverlässig.
Okay, so heading on to stand 68 here in the corner of the terminal building. And let's just bring it to a halt. Roughly there. We're just on the default scenery here at
One way to full left is cleared, about to go 2258.
Okay, APU is up and running. And shut down the engines. Number 2. Number 1. So, chocks and cones, forward stairs, aft stairs, cargo doors all out. There we go. Right, so quick look at the chat. I was a little bit busy on the approach there, so didn't get a chance to look much at it, but we've had a couple of messages. Speak louder, it's too quiet. Yeah, still trying to work out the settings for the microphones and whatnot, but hopefully it was a little bit better. There alone, do you recommend Microsoft Flight Simulator? Absolutely. If you haven't got it, go get it. If yes, which version is the best one to buy? Well, I bought the Premium Deluxe version, which is the highest one you can get. You get obviously the extra few aircraft in that package. But it depends, whatever you want really. Me being a complete and utter aviation buff, I just wanted the best one I could get. But in all fairness, it's down to personal preference, I would imagine. Yeah, I mean, all depends what you want. I mean, the Premium Deluxe does come with some extra photogrammetry, cities, some extra aircraft. But I mean, to be fair, in the 3 years that the sim's been out, there's been so many changes and so many aircraft and sceneries that have been released for it. It's hard to tell whether really now the Premium Deluxe version is actually worth it. But I mean, when I first bought it, it must have been about 2 or 3 months after it came out in the August. Before then, I was actually running it on an Xbox Live subscription. So, I mean, personally, I wasn't too fussed. But then when I actually came to buy the full sim, I just thought, why not? Just went for the Premium Deluxe. But like I say, it's whatever you want out of it, to be fair. And all the add-ons that are now out for it after the 3 years, it's the sim is so customizable now. So yeah, probably not the best explanation you were looking for, but that's my take on it. But with everything now, it's the sim is fantastic. I mean, Asobo's commitment to it, with the regular updates and whatnot, they are doing an absolutely top-notch job. And with third-party developers like Phoenix here with this A320, PMDG with the 737, and everybody else even doing the freeware stuff, like fly-by-wire and Headwind and all that. The sim is such a community-orientated entity. It's just fantastic. So yeah, if you get the opportunity to go get MSFS, I'd definitely recommend it. But yeah, I have to say, I've never tried. I have tried X-Plane actually. I've tried X-Plane 10, I think it was, a long time ago, and I was quite happy with that. But I've always lent towards Microsoft myself. But yeah, visually, I think Microsoft is hands down the winner. X-Plane definitely for the flight dynamics. Microsoft is catching up, but obviously with its limitations, it does lag in some areas. But I think over time, in the long run, it will definitely get better. But yeah, anyway, fantastic flight down here to Palma. We were in the air for an hour and 42 minutes, so 5 minutes over the flight plan. Very happy with that. But anyway, thank you very much for following along, and absolutely welcome to the question, and I hope I gave a good answer there for you there alone. Anybody else watching back later on, thank you so much for joining and looking. As I say again, please do give a like, share the video, and please think about subscribing to the channel. I would absolutely love to try and get the fan base going and going along. Hopefully I can get the presentation a bit smoother. Have a very good night, everybody, and I will see you again on the next one. I probably won't have any other streams this week, as it is half term for the kids here in the UK, so I'll probably be back week after next with something. I do have a long list of streams that I want to do. I've got some other videos that I want to try and get produced and up onto the channel, but yeah, as I say, this week kids are off school, so we'll see what happens. In the meantime, have a very good night, everybody. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. As I say, like, share and subscribe, and bye bye.